Steve, you and I have both seen a lot of changes in life and in the workplace. In our own lifetimes, we've seen a lot of changes in the workplace. What would you like to say about the changes that you yourself have noticed in the workplace?
Yeah, I've seen lots of changes, lots of them for the real good, you know, things like the decriminalisation of homosexuality, civil partnerships, the recognition of that, the Equality Act, gay marriage. But those were all hard-won battles, and they could so easily be reversed. You know, I'm really worried about the rise of the right, the Brexit, what's just happened in America. You know, we're already seeing our LGBT brothers and sisters in America talking about the worried about gay marriage, etc., etc. So, yeah, we've won those rights, but how long for? We've got to carry on working for those. But how do you feel, Pura? You know, can you see changes ahead as well?
I think, like you, I think there's, you know, you need to get the whole of the mixed picture. So on the other hand, if I think of young people today, and if I think of young LGBT plus people today, I do think the context is different for them. I do think the atmosphere is different. We do hear about people coming out far earlier and having a much more accepting environment in which they do that. And yet at the same time, if you look at the Stonewall report in schools, homophobia is rife in schools. And we get those young people straight after school into post-16 education and into higher education.
What really worries me, Pura, is some of the findings that we see in reports like this Pride and Prejudice in Education report. Because although things have changed for both of us, as we said, we're still seeing the number of students who are being bullied, the number of staff who are not out or don't feel free to be able to tackle discrimination in all sorts of forms. So, you know, 20% of respondents, this is staff, have experienced biphobic, homophobic and transphobic name-calling.
I have serious concerns about lad culture on campus and sexism on campus. And actually, if I think of the changes in terms of the fees regime and the lack of financial support now for students, I think LGBT youth are going to lose out significantly on this. LGBT youth still can't rely on their families for economic support as much as other groups of young people can. And I think that certainly I work in a university, and I think that the atmosphere of hard marketisation and getting value for money is something which is contrary to the idea of finding yourself and developing yourself as an individual, including developing your sexuality in freely.